Ascension and Physical Changes Continued, Part 2, Number 5. Changes in the endocrine system and central nervous system. You are already seeing an increase of a weakening in the immune system with the acceleration of the nervous system. There are many new strands of disease and imbalance that are coming out in people. More people are experiencing a deeper level of frustration and aggressive agitation that is creating many symptoms in the body, many nervous disorders and feelings of heating up. This comes out with explosions of anger and violence. There is an imbalance in the nervous system which can create many disorders, many types of fevers, or any type of imbalance in the brainwave system, as there begins to be a readjustment of the way thoughts are set up. You will see many new disorders or diseases cropping up having to do with the central nervous system, as there is this sense that a rewiring is going on to accommodate the increase in intensity of light. It is as though someone is putting in a 120 light bulb into a socket that previously held a 40 or 60 watt bulb. There is a greater level of amplitude of power in the energy going that you are all of a sudden being plugged into. It is creating not only an acceleration but a greater magnification of energy going through your body. This energy is put in or connected through the nervous system. Unless there is a change in the way many people are going through their daily lives, the nervous system will not be able to handle the increase of energy. Some things we would suggest would be a greater contact with the natural world physically by literally putting the feet into the earth and the hands onto the earth. It would also be helpful to be in greater contact with water, such as having water in the home. For example, an aquarium, bowls of water, or some type of water. This helps create greater balance in the electromagnetic field. And this is recommended to help balance the increase of energy that is coming in now and does affect the physical body and its state of wellness. The etheric body acts as a transmitter and receiver for surrounding energies. This takes place via specific energy centers for the body, or chakras. Each chakra is directly associated with an endocrine gland and nerve plexus. Because of their close relationship with the chakras, which transmit and receive this energy, the endocrine and nervous systems especially are now undergoing a radical transmutation. The increase in electrical energies is requiring a complete rewiring of the nervous system, while all the organs and glands in the body are being totally restructured. As you take on the body of light, most of these organs and glands will no longer be needed and will gradually atrophy and disappear. In the meantime, it is important to acknowledge the changes taking place in the body and to support the physical body as much as possible. As more and more light becomes available, the intensity of electromagnetic energy around you also increases. This means that there will be more rapid neurological activity in the body, resulting in higher intensity impulses firing the central nervous system. The nervous system will immediately attempt to dissipate that energy by sending it back out of the spinal cord. If these impulses then fire along facilitated pathways in the muscular system, they could cause muscle tightness and soreness. If they fire into the blood vessels, restricted circulation often results. When these impulses fire into the skin, you may experience abnormal thermal sensations. For example, feeling hot or cold, prickling, itching, etc. If they should fire into the organs and glands, they may inhibit their previously normal functioning. Therefore, we can see the importance of supporting the nervous system at this time as it tries to maintain a state of homeostasis, or relatively stable state of equilibrium in the physical body. The body is trying to catch up with the increased frequencies of the subtle body. One way to do this is to interrupt some of these pathways that the high-intensity impulses are traveling along. Just as someone who touches a live wire is held there by the current until it is switched off, so too will the structures and tissues of the body remain in a stimulated state until these pathways are interrupted, turning off the current. The mutation process is implemented by the central nervous system initiated within the molecular brain structure. The progressive cycles of change are introduced primarily through the cerebral spinal fluid and from there throughout the nervous system generally. During the mutation process, you will constantly be sloughing off old strings or sequences of proteins. Full systems are being discarded by the body and are being rebuilt with differently structured compounds which you receive through water, air, and foods that are also undergoing electromagnetic reformatting. You will find fairly high levels of excreted proteins in body fluids such as urine. The body is literally washing away your old body formatting and rebuilding it as you live and breathe and move within it. The restructuring of the DNA means that you will no longer have 4 bodies. You will no longer have many chakras. You will no longer be a layered consciousness. You will contain no spaces, no gaps within your consciousness or in your corresponding DNA. You will have a spherical model with no gaps or separations. Everything within your system, within your being, will have wholeness, roundness. It is an indescribable thing that you will build. As we go through cellular transformation, the period of transitioning from the old dying world to the new emerging world, there will be times when you may feel disjoined, as if your body is out of phase with everything. This will be frustrating for you within your mental and emotional bodies. You may feel less functional, which will occur as you release the old ways and before the new ways have been fully formed. This change over period will cause you to have a tendency to have lower self-esteem. It will also bring up a variety of survival issues. One may need to use capable body workers to help one in releasing energies. These energies are held in the crystalline matrix within the structures and tissues of your body. When bodywork is done in conjunction with sound, it is especially effective. Connective tissue work will also be useful, as will neuromuscular therapy. Bodywork such as this will help to repattern and open your nervous system, and it will also break down crystallized energy. Craniosacral therapy done by a capable body worker may also be helpful in integrating the energies of your body. As the increased energies are being integrated into the body, some may benefit from chiropractic adjustments, as there may be periods when you are prone to distortions and subluxations of the spine from changes taking place in the body. There are many homeopathic remedies that you may try, as well as gem and Bach remedies that you may find supportive to your emotional and physical bodies. 6. Eating and drinking habits. A. Eating habits. People are already finding a desire to eat in a different way. They are seeing a great shift away from the denser foods, an example, meats and heavy proteins, and from foods that are heavy and will stay in the body longer and will create density in the body. During cellular transformation, your sustenance will be coming more and more from the light or energy vibration and less from physical sources. This light pervades the universe and also affects changes in the body cells during transformation. This can result in changes in eating habits and changes in your appetite. There can also be a completely new arrangement of your intake of nourishment. Heavy or greasy foods cannot be digested because the body is functioning with heavy foods that don't vibrate with your changing body vibration. You will be drawn to the foods that best harmonize with you as a being of light. This means for some people sustaining yourselves with very sparse diets which will make them feel terrific. For others, intake of food may be different. You will probably notice physical changes in your body that ultimately will lead to physical healing. Eat as many raw and pure, unprocessed and uncooked foods as you can. This means mostly fresh fruits and vegetables, which results in a basic detoxification diet. You must listen to your own body and eat what is right for you. Your body's needs will probably change rapidly during these times. You may have weird cravings for foods you don't normally eat. You may have a huge appetite one day and hardly be hungry the next. You may experience intense cravings for certain foods, some of which you may not normally eat. What's more important is to stay in touch, moment to moment, with your body as it guides you to the foods and supports that it needs. All you have to do is listen to your body. In addition, you may occasionally experience disruption to the digestive system, resulting in stomachache, gas, or bloating, partly due to the increased intensity of energy in the third or solar plexus chakra. The fifth or throat chakra is also a very powerful energy center, and its physical counterpart, the thyroid gland, is particularly vulnerable to changes in electromagnetic energy. This gland regulates the metabolic processes of the body and in many cases is trying its hardest to keep up with the increasing vibratory rates. Some of the transmutative symptoms that commonly result are unexplained weight gain or loss, sluggishness, altered sleep patterns, and again feeling more tired and more fatigued than usual for no apparent reason. More fruits and vegetables will be extremely important to your diet. You will find that many fatty foods will not work in your bodies during these changing times of cellular transformation. Many people have been eating meat, which will still be of some importance to them. However, many people will be starting to let go of these denser foods during cellular transformation. Some heavier grains may be too dense for your bodies as the inner body changes occur. There are some very good nutritional substances that are from nature that create a balance in the amino acid tract. For instance, your food called spirulina is one of them. Foods that are now coming out that are termed cell foods. These are foods with a high degree of life force, and they are very good on an overall general level. We suggest that using these new foods or any types of supplements be done directly through accessing one's own body wisdom. By eating differently, you are also helping to detoxify the earth, its surface, and its atmosphere. As you do this, visualize a white light pouring through your body and the earth, lightening the dark spots and loving all your parts. Cleansing your body will result in a cleansing of the earth. Honoring your body with pure and natural foods as nature intended is honoring the earth and the earth's offerings in a way that is without equal. After you cleanse your body, you will begin to strengthen and to heal any of the body parts that were weak or tired. During cellular transformation, the body may require certain nutrients that it didn't need before. An example, fats, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and hormones. We would recommend that each one learn to go back inward and to reconnect to the body wisdom and learn to ask and receive from moment to moment as it changes constantly. Then one day you might have needed to have a great deal of carbohydrates in one form or another. On another day, you would need to take quite another kind of food supplement when your body has, for instance, balanced itself with one type of food, chlorophyll or green food. We would then move your focus to another to create another overall balance. Generally, it is important to listen to the body and to keep current with that information so that you are working on a moment-to-moment and daily level. We encourage each person and would suggest that you encourage each person to come into greater connectiveness and awareness of their own individual body by learning to ask the body and then learning to be open to the body wisdom. You ask your body directly, what on this day do I need to operate at a high level of balance? What on this day can I do to create a sense of flow in my life? If we would give it formulas, people would tend to hold on to that formula and would create a series of boxes as to what they should do. We tend to avoid this type of advice because each person is so unique, and what may work well for one would not create the openness or flow for the other. B. Drinking habits. The quantity of water that you drink will also be extremely important to you during transformation. The water we drink allows the electrum to flow through your body, which is light lowered to a density as it enters the body mass. The more water you drink, the easier it is for the light energy, prana, to enter your body and to move through the physical body, rejuvenating the organs of the body. It would be wise during cellular transformation to drink plenty of water, at least 1 gallon a day. The additional water allows the light to move through the body faster. Light is an electrical force in our density, and the additional water assists the movement of the light. From your perspective, you cleanse your body with additional fluids. The additional water permits the light, prana, to move through your body as the prana brings new life into and through the body. In order for the mutation process to be as comfortable as possible, you will need to keep your intake of water up. If you do not, your body will attempt to retain fluid in order to ensure that the element flow within your system is maintained. Why is this important? It is because during the mutation process, you are constantly sloughing off whole strings or sequences of proteins. Full systems are being discarded and rebuilt with differently structured compounds which you are receiving through water, air, and foods that are also undergoing electromagnetic reformatting. In other words, you would find fairly high levels of excreted proteins in such body fluids as urine. You are literally washing away your old body formatting and rebuilding it as you live and breathe and move within it. It is quite helpful for people to go into a diet that contains more water, not only water in its pure form, but through the fruits and vegetables as well. This creates a greater lightness in the body and helps the body to recognize its electrical structure. It is really quite simple if you think of it. It is more of a movement away from the density and complexities of what you have termed your modern world and moving into a greater state of purity through which you may receive the grace of this transformation.